Why do we accept that retirement only comes after 60? After 40 years of work, most people get just a few years of freedom, and if they're lucky. I want something different, and if you're watching this, maybe you do too. The cost of living in Los Angeles is rising fast. From the food, groceries, insurance, and car payments.
To talk about the basic needs, we have rent, groceries, and gas. So if you have a job, obviously you want to have a car.
So the rent in Los Angeles for the past 5-6 years went up over like $1,000 per month. The same goes for the gas. It used to be about $3 per gallon. Right now it's about $6 per gallon. And of course, insurance, car payments, everything went up for the past 5 years.
Especially groceries, they have been increasing very, very high in the past couple of years. I would say $100 can get you worth of probably groceries for a week. Now that same $100 probably will get you through 2 to 3 days. So you can slowly see how inflation is eating away your buying power. So that's when we think that Bitcoin is an alternative to traditional savings, in dollars, and I think that's.
And we're talking about family of two, not counting like big families with like 2-3 kids.
Correct. Yeah.
So we're just talking about a couple and how much it costs to live in LA.
Correct. So just to give you a ballpark number, somewhere between $5,000
to $6,000 per month.
$6,000.
And that's basically like not the luxury level. It's just.
That is just basic needs, and just have always a plate of food in your table and pay your rent.
Rent in the good neighborhood.
Correct, and fill up your tank. So you have a pretty standard means of life. Nothing, luxurious or poverty either. So we realized something. If we kept playing the same game, work, spend, saving US dollars, will be trapped forever. That's when we start thinking and learning about Bitcoin, not as to get rich quickly, but as a tool to protect our time, our savings, and our future. Unlike US dollars, it cannot be printed. And if you believe in the long game, in building something real, Bitcoin is worth to understand. What if you had just $1,000 back in 2020 and you had 3 choices? Leave it in the bank, invest in the S&P, or buy Bitcoin? If you kept it in the bank, inflation quietly stole your value. If you went with S&P 500, you did better, but still steady and slow. But Bitcoin, it turned $1,000 into over $10,000 in just a few years. That's the power of limited supply and long-term mindset. Most people think about retirement when it's already too late. But in reality, the earlier you're going to start, the more you're going to prepare for like your older days. Most people start realizing the concept of retirement probably on the late 20s, if they're like lucky, but mostly about mid-30s. So you start really thinking about those old days, like how you're gonna really fund yourself, like you feel like you're in this job for too long, and how many more years you have to work before you can enjoy freedom, right? So I think that most people come to realization probably in the mid-30s, which is not too late, obviously. Like, I think if you start investing at this age, you can still manage to accumulate and accrue a lot of money by your age 60, right? Hopefully you live until longer than that, but life will go on anyway. So whether you invest or not, it's gonna be your outcome at the end of the day. So the most people think about retirement when it's already too late. But the sooner you start and take control over your life, your money, the sooner you're going to get your freedom.
Our channel is based on that. That's why the name of our channel is Retiring on One Bitcoin.
And of course, the main question we've been asked, why did you choose El Salvador? So I guess the main reason is because we found a perfect lot close to the beach. The second reason is really close to the United States. It's only like 2-3 hours short flight to Miami, which is really convenient because we have family living there.
Also, definitely, if you have to compare between the state where we live in California versus El Salvador, there's going to be a lot more room for your money. So building the house has taken us a few years, and definitely with the help of Bitcoin, we've been able to produce and consolidate the project. And I think the country is also open to, idea of Bitcoin, which is truly good. And so, yeah, just in conclusion, I think that's the main reason why we chose El Salvador. Besides, we're big surfers, as you can see. So El Salvador has great waves, and we every time we're there, we find our lifestyle more suited.
A smaller community, more like really close families. I feel like you don't get this in the United States because everyone is so busy building their career, their life, everything like so spread around. It's so hard to see your friends. And El Salvador feels like more like a home, like smaller communities where people have time to get together and enjoy like simple things like watching sunset or have dinner together. Also, like our idea was to be mortgage free, so that's why we decided to spend like 4 years building our house and just investing
In just 4 years, we're done with it. We don't have any debt, we don't have any mortgage. We're not in the traditional 30 years fixed rate here as a mortgage, and we're gonna live just down the beach. So
also it will allow us to travel more and not worry about payments, mortgage, like working harder to pay like $6,000 per month.
Yeah, well, basically we'll come up with our plan to how to retire with Bitcoin. Eventually we'll put it together in another video, and that's going to be our plan.